Other interesting political news, you have Vivek on the two-tier justice system getting 750,000 views in 8 hours. Jeez Louise. I was going to say, I was going to make a joke about me not getting that many views and being on Twitter for 8 years, but I think I did sign up in college technically because the professor, they gave it out an answer. But no, I was going to say, even with all that time, I've not got close to that number of views. So you have, and actually pull that up really quick here. And again, this is a text, so, I was going to say within a day he broke 1 million. Pretty impressive. Now, this is a nice little quote from Vivek, so I'll say it right now. Quote, America now has a two-tier justice system. Antifa and BLM rioters roam free while peaceful January 6th protesters were imprisoned without bail. Biden's, quote, Department of Justice has executed over 1,000 arrests for nonviolent offenses related to January 6th, casting a dark shadow over our Lady Justice and foundational principles of our legal system. To unify our country, I commit as president to pardon all Americans who were targets of politicized federal prosecutions and those denied in due process. This includes all peaceful, nonviolent January 6th protesters who were denied their constitutional rights. I will end the weaponization of police power in America. Every Republican candidate must be clear where they stand on the hard issues, unquote. Now, in terms of the feedback from that tweet, again, he got 750,000 views in 8 hours, which is fantastic. Now, in terms of feedback, and actually to expand his point, he is very articulate. He's saying and specifying the nonviolent participants, because there were some people who got violent. Those people should be appropriately prosecuted. In my 3 cents, I think they're being over prosecuted, or they're giving him a harsher sentence. You had a gentleman who burnt down a police station as part of a BLM riot, and this gentleman got 4 years in prison. So he burned down a police station, which some might argue is even attempted murder if there's people inside. That's not. I'd have to dive more into that specific case, but he got 4 years for burning down a police station. And in some cases, again, this guy was pulling. Again, it was one of those not cheap, but those standy fences the temporary fences that they put up. You have one guy just moved a fence, and he incurred and allegedly someone came out and said, "Hey, we did it." He says, "Hey, good job." You getting 20 years? That, I don't know in any way how people would think that's fair, but there are some people who do in fact think that way and will be voting in that regard. Now, I think that's going to help Vivek get more people on his side, actually, especially in the middle. And because I think there's a lot of people in the United States who feel there's discrepancy in the justice system. I was going to say, look no further than Hunter Biden, but so there's instances where a lot of people feel alienated, and a lot of people are starting to notice, well, especially think of the January 6th, a lot of people being charged for pretty harshly, but you had groups of people who, again, it was 30 people died from the BLM riots, or the George Floyd riots. So that's quite a pretty penny, and 30 people died, I believe. $2 billion in damages, 30 lives lost. And yet they're being bailed out. Kamala Harris actually proudly said and set up a fund to bail people out during those times. Interestingly enough. Now, in terms of the top responses to Vivek, we have Charlie Kirk saying, "Amen." That simple response got 7,939 views and 185 likes. Pretty darn impressive, getting a like ratio of 2.3%. Not too shabby. You also have the second top response from someone named Glenda. This person said, quote, "Aren't Antifa and BLM now being paid by the government to riot and loot," unquote. This person got 391 views and 8 likes. So not the best like, but still got a 2.04% like ratio. You also have somebody named Brian Dawson saying, quote, "Whoa, this is big. I had no idea BLM and Antifa protesters tied to overturn an election and disrupt our official congressional proceedings and the peaceful transition of power, violating the rights of American citizens. Thanks." So we do see some negative responses joining in as well. This person got 5,222 views and 238 likes. So a 3% ratio, which is the best thus far, actually. You also have a gentleman by the name of Saib Bilval. This person said, quote, "You're a pharma scammer," unquote. That person got 9,724 views and 194 likes. Pretty darn good ratio at 2%. So, as he has more and more comments that many people, I would say, would perceive as more politically charged or more controversial would be the best word, I would say, you are seeing more negative responses start to brew to the surface, I would say, looking at his Twitter the past couple months, it'd probably be 70, 80% positive. He had a little bit of a hiccup when it comes to talking about censorship in terms of children should not be on social media. And that was very much mixed results. Actually, that was, I would say, probably about 70% negative against him. I would argue that the nuance being lost is that he should specify the government's role in that and how they should or should not play a role, and how my 3 cents, you should have a cultural practice that discourages children from using social media as opposed to the government having intervention, with the exception of TikTok, which is just Chinese spyware and actually used to make our kids actually dumber with the things they push in front of them and promote in front of them. And again, that's just not based in the United States. There's a lot of arguments on that as well. And it's being banned from federal devices. So there's some precedent in that regard of it being banned. But interestingly enough, he is having some more tweets go viral. There are some more negative ones. I don't think these people would vote for him to begin with, but what are the people who are seeing that? Are they being swayed by that? And let me know in the comments, of course, if you want me to dive deeper into the background of the people who are commenting. That might give us more of a rounded view on the situation. Thank you, everyone, again, for taking the time to tune in. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of September. I know it's a tall order, but every click counts. Also, I especially appreciate you taking the time to like and comment. Feedback is always important. It helps the channel grow and develop. It even helps me improve everything from slowing down my speech to trying to be more concise with my speech and try to articulate so you can actually hear me a majority of the time. And my goal is to keep improving that skill set throughout the show. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.